What's the worst you ever been beat on the game? For real though.
The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the San Francisco 49ers.
Should have put my glasses out. That was a ball game.
Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Hold on, I'm trying to wipe my glasses out so I can see. You go ahead.
Here we go. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Okay, we got to get this stop here, D. Hey, gun. Go now. Hey, check right. Watch your ball. Check right.
On second down, a run with Breida. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. On third down, a run from Breida. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Here we go.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
If in the Madden he got beat.
Following the pickup of 4,
49-3.
here's 2nd and 6.
Now I guess he's trying to run the ball.
They'll toss it to Breida. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage.
I guess he felt like he threw the ball last game, cost him the game. So he's coming here trying to feel like he can run the ball.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. And we say it all the time,
you went for it last
have to
time.
be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
Y'all see how desperate he is.
Out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this crowd into it early.
They're going to stand tall
on the opening drive of the football game.
He's scared. He's scared. He knows if I get that football, I done rent the ball. I mean, done killed him every time I hit the ball the last time we played.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards.
First down and goal to go.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll run here with Conner. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is
a whole lot of guy. I don't
over
make you look
300 pounds. He's a big man. 2nd down and goal. Rudolph. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to surge ahead with Conner. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. And 3 yards on the carry there as this defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Boswell on now to kick this
the
one
football
away.
the whole quarter and do nothing. Do nothing but hit the ball back over to me so I can score.
That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on that last drive, Whitford on 4th turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, it got his man complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 84 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Well, I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper, right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big playability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, it's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Here we go. 180. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
On first down, here's Breida. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. James has got it. Complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
I got this.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Here we go. 180. Check 55 for Mike. 3 buns.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
180. Come on. Hey, let's get this. Hey, gun.
They'll try to run with Breida. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Matt Breida taking it in. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
I didn't say nothing when I was whooping you earlier, was it? I didn't think so either.
The kickoff team on the field now.
Well,
as they will
I
send this one
am
away.
snacking right now.
This is taken near the 13. And he'll take this across the 25.
When you give him down by 39 points, I start talking all right. Might have been a reason why you didn't win the last time.
Offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Connor on first down, not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a couple. Second down coming up. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He'll have a 1st down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
I didn't know he was going to play tight
We've seen
end
him
on that
break
one.
off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a 1st after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Ready.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Right here, right here. Back, back, back. Deep grip, deep grip.
He'll try and run for it with Connor. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
I know you felt that one.
No, go for it. If I go for it, I'm going to get it. I don't do that. I don't do that.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now Rudolph, and he finds McDonald. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, check, watch 54, they go.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. On 2nd down, it's Connor, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Here's Rudolph, and yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And Boswell's kick is good. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
I got a snack. I'm going to put on my weight. I'm about fast as you. I said I about to stop my snack. I'm going to put on my weight back like you did.
Here we go,
The 49er offense set to get this drive
you know,
underway.
there's
You're under
gay
a
people
minute
that
to
watch
go
my
here in the
broadcast
half.
as well,
Field
so
position
just feel
not
free.
really in your
His
favor,
name
but
is
still time to try and move the ball and get
Mike
the field goal
Route.
range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's a definite.
Now Garoppolo lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Inside the 20.
That's what I'm talking
No
about.
running backs in the backfield to help pass protect.
That's what I'm talking
All
about.
the receivers in their patterns. It's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll run on first down. Connor, and they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Got it. 54, right there. 54 Mike. Hey, watch the slant.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Ready?
This is Connor running right. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner as the first half is winding down. As his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
Yeah, touchdown. I love it. Now it's only a 2-point game. I know it's the first half, but you got to think. Go for 2. Tie it up. Go into the locker room. What are you doing? Come on.
You're bold. You're bold.
It's real easy to be bold sitting up here rather than down there and making that decision.
We don't have to make those decisions. Either way, little time left on the clock here in the second quarter. We'll see how this all plays out.
I got you, boy.
Rudolph. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the pass.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Talk a little smack, what happened? End up losing the ball.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And some room to roam now. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. On 1st down, it's Connor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 2nd down now, it's Connor. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
On 3rd down, Connor, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now Connor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Rudolph. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now it's Rudolph. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
55, mark, guys, 55. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They run again with Breida. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a 1st down for him, too.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
21. Check.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Here we go. Black 80. Stay with your man.
Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Hayward able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that will push the lead up to 5. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give them confidence and let him knock it through.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Light 54. Blue day.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Connor on the toss play. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Rudolph. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and inches, Rudolph. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. This is Connor. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Everybody scoot up.
Brings up 2nd and
On 2nd and 9, Rudolph. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 23. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Check 99. Check 99.
This is Breida. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Steelers' 20-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack. And that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead up to 8. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
X3, 218, chopper. 54 Mike. It's a party now. It's a party now.
On first down, Connor. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back to throw. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And McDonald here over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Now.
Rudolph now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and it's 3rd down. This defense making some plays right now, aren't they?
And they look like a group that really locked in before this series started. Read their scouting reports, got back to reading their keys, and playing with excellent leverage up front.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now it's Rudolph. This is Johnson. He's got it. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Rudolph. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. They're going to try and run for it, and he will get in. The 2-point conversion is good, and we may be on our way to overtime. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Garoppolo. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Back to throw, Garoppolo. And now Garoppolo lost the football. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Again, a run with counter. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. First throw in overtime for Rudolph. Open man, it's Vanette. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
They'll run here with counter. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Watch the curl.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rudolph going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? Anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath. And boy, oh boy, the moment of truth is it.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. What can Garoppolo do now with his drive? Able to haul it in is Kittle. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
A gain of 6 yards.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Here's Breida. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So a big kick coming for Robbie Gould. One is no good. He missed it. And that changes everything here in OT. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
Ready? 60 outlaw. You must be dreaming.
Here's Rudolph. On the crossing route, complete. It's McDonald. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
That's trash.
On first down, it's Rudolph. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Recon, 132 fighter. SOS.
Here's Connor. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
15, 9, 59.
Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. And that is incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Here's Jordan Berry now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And look at this. It's a fake. And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed.
Intercepted by the 49ers at their own 31-yard line.
I did not go for no fake even, but anyway, I'll take it.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
On first down, Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. This to win it in overtime.
No pressure.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And Union Street will be hopping tonight. The 49ers have won it. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about. A long field goal to win it, so definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I lost.
With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.
Trust me. Furthermore, last time I checked, didn't you have me like 14-3? Why don't you saying that the game was over then? No, I'm gonna tell you something. Now. You was over there S&M bricks. Yes you was. You were so how about I'm gonna tell you. You were so nervous you was constipated. That's how you was. You were so nervous you was constipated. Yeah, you were. I'm telling you, you were so nervous. Y'all, he was so nervous, he was constipated, y'all. They had me down 14-3. Then when he saw me come back and score that drag, took and did that Big Ben, even though Big Ben won in the game, that last minute drag down on the fourth, come down there and score. You was scared. You was scared. I was scared. I was scared. That one was scared. That boy was on there S&M bricks. I'm telling you. It's all good. It's all good. I can do it all day. All day. I feel fine. And stuff. I feel good. What about you? I make no excuses. Thank you. I don't make no excuses. No, I didn't win. Did I get beat 49-3? Did I get beat 49-3? You was over there praying. You was praying for America. I'm gonna tell you, you was already. Hold on, you was already nervous because your boy when I took a picture of quarterback your kick on ice the first time. You was down there. I know you was saying, "Just Lord have mercy." You were so lost for words. You didn't even know what to say. Exactly. Anyone couldn't even get a whistle through the mic. Guy kicked the field goal, missed the field goal kick. I could hear it in the voice, even though you didn't say it, I can hear you now. Ash, like dang, this. But you were scared. You were scared. You were scared. You scared. No, you were scared. You asked me a question. I'm answering your question. Oh, that S and bricks. That's how been. What was all that? I know you were saying yourself like, good God, go my. How in the world? How in the world we blow this lead like this straight? Let alone talking trash before head tag. What happened? Oh, please, it didn't bother me. No, it didn't bother me. I can tell you that from the get-go. It didn't bother me whatsoever.
The
thing
NFL
about this,
is on
you had to
Sports,
win.
and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Coming with that same little scheme thing, you're gonna run the ball. You got another thing coming.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
There's Garoppolo to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Now it's Breida. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Like 20.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Garoppolo to throw for it on fourth. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Rudolph. Rudolph loses the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him, Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3rd and long, it's Rudolph. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Mark Barron leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Play action. Garoppolo. He'll buy some time right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Mark Barron, his 2nd sack of the night. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. Now, the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Here we go, here we go. 90 wolf. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Rudolph on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes. D Ford in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked up by a Keller Witherspoon. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check 55 to Mike. Oh, here we go.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo.
Got
Dancing
him.
to it. Now Garoppolo
Get
gets
it!
the football. We're scoreless after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. To throw is Garoppolo. And the pressure gets to him again. That's Vince Williams who gets the sack.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Like a roll like a cow.
That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He sets to fire deep. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They start the drive with Connor, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Play action. It's Rudolph. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 11 now. Rudolph, he finds his man Johnson. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, Connor. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop.
60 Pittsburgh.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
Greystone, travel. 51. Watch the screen. Pass. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey,
Here's Rudolph off play action. Going deep to the end zone for Juju. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. They'll fake it. Now Rudolph. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. That would give to the big fullback Juszczyk. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away.
You don't even know what he's doing.
He's
not even bowling.
Here in the first half. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Rudolph. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Rudolph now to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Ready. 10-2 stop. Watch QB drop. Ready.
They go play action here on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again. And it's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again, but now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Rudolph. Open man, it's Madden. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch that. Be careful.
They'll run on first down. It's Connor. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd and 1, Rudolph. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The Steelers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. off, looking to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Boswell's kick is good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rudolph. Over the middle. Hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Connor. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now it's Rudolph. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Well, Charles, taking a step back for a second, let's look at the undefeated teams still left in the NFL. We got New England, KC, they're 4-0, and then San Fran, they were open last week. They didn't have a game, so they're still at 3-0. We only have 3 teams left.
And they had the easiest path, not just because they had the open week, but how about New England getting challenged by Buffalo? Yes, they were on the road, but you don't often think of Buffalo as a team to really press New England. They did. And Kansas City, they got a heck of a test in Detroit. Had to score with 20 seconds left on the clock to win that game. So both of them remained undefeated, but not without struggles.
That's the interesting thing about Buffalo. I think we learned more about them in their one loss this year than we have in their 3 victories. Nowhere to return this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
At the Steelers' 29-yard line.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Garoppolo now. And he's going to go down again. T.J. Watt able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
13. 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Watch the run.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt.
Woo!
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On 2nd down, it's Connor. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
He'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And to the 46 he goes and no further. So he is well short of the 1st down marker. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Going for it, it's Rudolph. And he finds McDonald. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
1st down, Steelers.
On 1st down, Connor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the former 1st-rounder Jimmy Ward. Well, CD, we are a quarter way through the season already. I'm curious, if you look at each conference, which division race is most intriguing to you right now?
Well, can we start in the NFC?
You do whatever you want.
Because if so, let's go to the North. Because we thought it would be a tough division coming into the season because I felt like you could make a case for everyone but Detroit when the season began. Now we're looking at Minnesota. They seem a little uncertain at 2-2. Chicago just lost their quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky, for an indefinite amount of time. But that defense is playing awfully well. And Green Bay has Aaron Rodgers. So I think that division now is brutal. And then you've got to throw in Detroit. It's not the same old Lions. Matthew Stafford, he plays with heart, played hurt. And I think that they are improving as time goes on.
How about the AFC?
Well, I think AFC South. Everyone's 2-2. We thought it would be a tough division. We thought it would be intriguing. And Gardner Minshew's mustache really adds a little extra intrigue to the whole thing. And we saw Marcus Mariota get off the deck and play well last week, too.
Now Garoppolo. That's caught. And again, it's Goodwin. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good.
Don't get nothing. Just a field goal?
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And no, it's incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Steeler defense will celebrate the goal line stand.
I think what I would have got nothing. They got nothing.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
And I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run, and everyone else stays ready. And they were, and they picked that one off.
You heard me. You must have heard me talking.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Get all the way down here. Get all the way down here. Don't do nothing.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And across the track into the end zone.
My damn controller went dead on me. That's the reason why.
From 10 yards.
I swear to God, my controller went dead on me.
An extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th.
Kim, if he still watch the broadcast, he'll see it. If he watch it, he'll see what my controller went dead on me. I swear to God, my controller went dead on me.
The rain making this treacherous, but the extra point is good, and with it, it'll give them the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up
killed my
and
play
send
somebody
this one
today, man. They killed me. They're going 49-3.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback.
What?
And it comes
Oh, you beat
out
him
to the
49 to 3 too?
25-yard line.
You beat him 49 to 3 too. Oh, I beat him 49 to 3.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And I'm gonna tell you,
Now, last
I
time
broadcast
was a
right.
pretty one-play
I
and
told him, I
interception.
said,
We'll see if they can do
hold
better.
on. Let me run this play. I'm gonna tell you what I told him.
Again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the
Okay,
quarterback some time.
it was like 3 minutes left in the game, right? It was 49 to 0. So I told him, I said, I know this way you ain't gonna leave this game without getting points on the board. Like that, right? Like, that's, it's humiliating, right? He knew he was struggling to get down the field, right? This nigga killed the field goal with 3 minutes to go in the game. And he was like 30. he was like 32. I said, nigga, you desperate as for the ball. I said, nigga, you a desperate to support on the board.
Back to throw, Rudolph. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to
literally, he asked me, I said, damn, this nigga, he was determined to get support on the board. I knew what he was saying. Damn, I might not get this opportunity to get down this field no more. I better take what I can get.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On third down. It's Connor, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up fourth down.
I'm fine. Trust me on that.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
You see you can do it. Nigga, I don't even think you're gonna do it. Watch this. I don't think you got the balls to get it. You got him?
Here we go on 4th. Rudolph. He's going to fire one deep up. Oh, take it in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup.
Yeah, we got to play like he's going to get him.
Drastic shift forward. On 1st down, it's Rudolph. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Everything I do is
like
well,
that, especially where we sit in the 4th quarter, he's got to be careful.
Yeah, and one of my faults is that I often view this game through a defensive back's eyes. And in this situation, your team's losing, it's late, tighter coverage, take a chance and go and try and step in front of one of those and make a big play. So if
damn, I got to sit here and hold my damn controller. They got the damn thing plugged up in the wall.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
No. 45, 55, 62 now.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. Rudolph looking to throw it. And that is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
You get loud with somebody.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
I get a little honest.
So it's 49er football here.
Trust me, it wasn't like you. Hold on. You act like you did something miraculous, Mike.
Get this one to the finish line. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Let me take a second out of the I can't
11
play.
yards
And
there, first down.
I'm turned towards the wall because I got my thing plugged up.
Because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Breida. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Now Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. The 20. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 46 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
And that touchdown puts them up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a 1-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. Gold with the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
I got a joystick on the wall, real.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. On first down, it's Samuels. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. He's back to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that, because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that?
Now, how do you understand? Hold on. How do you understand? Do you want to play the winner?
Defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Kelvin. Hey, look, go to my profile right quick.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the
Hey, Kelvin.
NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out
Hey.
at easports.com.
Hey, sir. Hey, Kelvin.
The 49ers get the win
Kelvin.
here at home as
Will
we
you do
say
a favor?
so
Could you
long
could you
from
go to
Santa
my
Clara.
could you go to my profile right quick? Click on my go to my name and click on my profile. Okay, when I stop broadcasting. Okay, but if you would, could you go to my on this right here, go to my profile right quick. No, I have to go to my pro. Listen to me. Go. You know how you go to your friend profile? Click on my thing. Go to my profile for me. What do you see? I'm asking you to click on my name and tell me what's on my profile. I'm talking about the PlayStation profile, sir. That's okay. Can you follow what I'm saying? Follow. Come on. No, can you follow my lead? I asked you to go to my profile name and click on it. And so what? I broadcast on YouTube. I broadcast on YouTube.